exactly why. Competing on the defensive end.
YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Professor Hoops, back with another one. If you end up liking the video and want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Leave a comment down below saying you subscribe, man. You know I'm gonna reply back to you, man. Let's get into this one. Now that Paolo has officially signed with the Orlando Magic, let's talk about his ceiling and what type of player he'll become and why I feel like he has Hall of Fame potential, man. We gotta talk about this dude, man. This guy Paolo's a dog, man. First off, he's from Seattle. You know, Seattle breeds dogs. They got players like DeJounte Murray, Isaiah Thomas, Nate Robinson, Jamal Crawford, so many others, man. Seattle definitely breeds some dogs, man. They definitely have some talented players coming out of Seattle, man. They've been having talented players coming out of Seattle for a minute now, and they just breeded another one, man. Paolo Banchero. When you take a look at bro's frame, he's already standing at 6'10", which already gives him an advantage almost immediately. He has an advantage over 90% of the people guarding him just because he stands at 6'10". The average NBA height is 6'7". So he already has an advantage right there. And then most young players and college players have to come in and usually add weight to their frame because they're not strong enough. But this dude is already coming in at 250 pounds. So his frame is definitely, he reminds me of Blake Griffin. How Blake Griffin came in. Blake Griffin also came in at like 6'10", like 240, and then gradually built his way up to like 255 when he was in his prime. So Paulo's height and his frame is definitely going to be scary. We're going to get to his skill set in a second, but there's not a lot of players in the league right now that have his skill set at his height. Like you look at guys like Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, guys that are tall that could put the ball on the floor, create their own shot, and are versatile on the defensive end. Let's talk about his skill set. This dude has a dagger. This dude, he's a great shooter, great catch and shoot shooter. Has a mid-range pull-up. Like he's fundamentally sound. I think his mom played basketball professionally and passed on some skill to him. So he was fundamentally sound from a young age. I was watching a documentary on him, and like he really had a basketball in his hand from young. And when you have all of that going for you, you should end up as a #1 pick. His versatility, man, his potential to be, one of the most versatile players we've ever seen, there's definitely a high chance of that, man. Like he's like a Swiss Army knife. He can switch his play style whenever, He can play as a big and play in the post, He's 6'10", 250. So his frame in the post is just going to be, nightmarish because his footwork along with his power is just, that combination right there is, we've only seen a few guys with that combination, and which is why I'm saying this is Hall of Fame potential we're dealing with right now. His post game, he already has a post game. How many guys do you know coming with a post game already? Like the Orlando Magic definitely did not make a mistake picking this guy #1. I mean, his potential is definitely through the roof. I feel like he has the highest roof, other than Chet Holmgren, which I'll make a video about too. Other than Chet Holmgren, I feel like Paolo has the highest ceiling in the draft, and that's why he went #1. And then when you look at him from afar and you see him move, you wouldn't think he's 6'10". The guy is so fluid. Like I was talking about his footwork and just his fluidity. This guy moves like a guard. His defensive potential definitely is sky high too. I mean, already being at 6'10", I think he has like a 7-foot wingspan. That's great length right there, and his ability to move. He's mobile, at his height, which definitely gives you. Those are definitely tools to become a great defender in this league. Then I want to talk about this guy's playmaking. Yo, if you watch his highlights, I want you guys, after this video, go watch Paolo Banchero's college highlights, or just any highlights in general. This guy can pass the ball. Like, he has the potential to be one of the best passers in the league too. Like, this guy, at times he seems like a pass-first player, but he can then turn on that switch and give you 30 points. Like, this guy, his playmaking is severely underrated, and when he comes to the league, I wouldn't be surprised if he averages 4+ assists, in his rookie season. You guys can come back and mark my words on that. I can see him averaging 4+ assists in his rookie season alone. Like, that playmaking potential is definitely sky high. So, that's another attribute in his bag. This guy's bag is deep. This guy has so many, so many tools and tricks in his bag. Like, and at his height too, in his frame, like, there's no question why he was the number one pick. Like, if he could go back and choose again, I'd choose Paolo Banchero again, number one to the Orlando Magic. I can easily see him shooting from 35 to 38% from 3-point range in his rookie season, because he has that capability at 6'10" to knock 3-point shots down. That's another plus in his bag. That's another asset that makes him valuable as hell. You know, it's all space and play today. If you're big and can't shoot and you clog the lane, you just really don't have that much room to, thrive in the league nowadays, and we know that. And as the drafts continue and as the years go on, you're gonna see teams continuously draft big guys that are versatile, that can shoot, can dribble, that can play defense and are versatile on defense, that can switch off pick and rolls, that can stay in front of their guys, that can protect the rim, play the passing lanes. These are the attributes that these teams are going to be looking for now. As we slowly go into the future, traditional bigs are kind of dead now. If you look, people kind of call Joel Embiid a traditional big. He's not, because he can shoot and dribble. Something a lot of bigs back then just weren't capable of, just weren't skilled enough to do. So that's definitely the direction that the draft is going to go in from now on. This is a big draft. This was a stepping stone draft because the top 3 picks were all over 6'10", literally. I mean, I don't even remember the last time that happened. So when we look at Paolo, man, it's really kind of hard to, give him an NBA comparison, just due to the fact that he's so versatile. We haven't really seen a lot of guys like him, at his frame, with his skill set. But, if I were to take 2 guys that I really see, in his game, like, honestly, I'd say Jason Tatum and Blake Griffin. And, for those who don't understand why I say that, I say Blake Griffin because of, his height and frame, his weight. They kind of both are, they both like 6'10", 250. They're the same height and weight. And plus play style, too. Paolo is athletic. I don't think he's athletic as Blake, but he's definitely athletic. I feel like he's more fluent than Blake. But Blake, had power. Paolo has power as well. So, and the post game is basically identical. If you go watch their highlights, their drop steps into their 2-hand dunks, their post fades. I think Paolo's gonna be a way better shooter, which is why I then bring in Jason Tatum, because I definitely see a lot of Jason Tatum in his game, because he can switch from that Blake Griffin dunking post roll to that give me the ball, move out the way, I'll give you a mid-range pull-up, I'll give you a side step 3, I'll give you an isolation, and I'll go dunk on my man, or I'll go lay him and get a hand 1. He can definitely switch. That's what I'm saying. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can switch modes basically whenever. And, that's why I feel like, again, he was a number 1 pick. Does anybody kind of like see Ben Simmons a little bit? But I see Ben Simmons with a jump shot. Like, I was looking in the comments the other day and somebody said he's what Ben Simmons should have been, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true, because when you see both of these guys like grab a rebound and go post to post and just have the ball in their hand, dribbling, passing the ball, they're so comfortable with the ball. They're like guards with the ball, and that's what I'm saying. Paolo's an underrated he's an underrated playmaker, if we're comparing him to Ben Simmons, because they look similar when they're handling the ball. They got that Giannis feel to it. Giannis is 6'11", also has a nice handle for his height. And, it kind of looks freakish when guys over 6'10" or like 6'9" dribble the ball and like are able to really, have some size ups, hesitations, crossovers. Like that shit is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but this guy definitely, has the potential to be way better than Ben Simmons. I'm sorry for anybody that felt disrespected by that, but Ben Simmons is he's a whole nother video. We're not even gonna continue to talk about him. He's a whole nother topic. know y'all seen that boy go crazy at the Seattle program at the crossover, bro, at the Jamal Crawford's league. I know y'all seen that. My boy had 50 points and 9 rebounds when he was going for blood. Whoever, bro, let me just put this out there. Whoever decided to put Chet Holmgren, the second pick, and Paolo, the first pick, on the same team, you're a bad guy. That was not fair, you know. That was not fair. If you go back and watch that whole game, you know, Jaden McDaniels was going crazy too. Shout out to him. But you know, Paolo and Chet on the same team is actually scary. You know, it makes me think, what if these guys were actually like on the same team one day? But the chances of that happening are very slim. I mean, who knows? At the NBA, anything can happen now. But yeah, I just want to give my 2 cents on Paolo Banchero and why I feel like he has Hall of Fame potential. I feel like he's going to be a top candidate for Rookie of the Year next year. It's going to be tough for sure. This is one of the deepest drafts we've seen in a long time. Yeah, if you end up liking this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below saying you subscribed, and we'll be sure to get back to your comment. It's been your boy Professor Hoops. We gone.